Spurs got a big win last night, my man.
Lito.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Guess what came in?
What's that?
The stickers.
Nice.
I got these two, your stickers, right? The Miguelito stickers. And then we have the alien stickers that came in. You can see that.
Yeah.
And then the ones with the lowrider.
Nice.
You can see them there. Yeah. There.
It's Wednesday, my man.
Yeah, it is. And then we have the other tickets are going to be, or stickers should be coming in sometime today. The Lady Alien. So I'll have those. You know, I'm thinking, Mike, maybe I should hang on to them. And that way we'll have those to sell at our next event. Have some merch.
That's badass, dude. No, it was great, dude. I was thinking about Tex-Mex Frank and all the stuff that he did for us as well. It looked great, man.
We got everybody coming in. Sean Quintero's here. Real Bobby February, Mario Cavazos, Alex Noriega, Mike. I got to tell you, Toro Loco's in here. Jonathan Perez, what's up? Albert
Yeah,
Lopez.
I don't like that whole Michael Jimenez not invited to the beach or whatever you call that.
No
that
Jimenez
thread.
Beach Bash.
Yeah.
Sean Quintero. I see my pen set, Mike. Look at that. He says he's missing his pen set.
Oh, I know. I also missed the rails to that thing.
You want me to rename the group now? You don't like the No Jimenez Beach Party?
I mean, it's a little bit hurtful. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
Miguelito got his feelings hurt.
We're rising together on a Victory Wednesday. It's also Wednesday Wednesday over at PF Chang's La Cantera. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. The Spurs were victorious last night in the city of brotherly love, beating the living crap out of the Philadelphia 76ers, running them out of the gym by 40 points. Joe, the Spurs are back to their winning ways, and I know I'm going to hear it all morning long. They were missing Joel Embiid. Paul George didn't play. BJ Edgecombe got hurt in the second quarter. I know all of that, Joe. But guess
Still a
what?
win.
The Spurs won a game that they were supposed to win. They got a lot of rest. Wemby only played 24 minutes. Wemby only shot the ball 5 times. And we need to get into that, Joe. Is that okay with you? I mean, I know the Spurs won big, but is Wemby being too passive? We'll get into that. We're going to show some video of Luke Cornett not backing down. I have it on my Twitter account right now. Luke Cornett got fouled pretty hard in the second quarter. Came back the next.
You know who else isn't backing down, Mike?
What's that?
The Atlanta Hawks. They're not backing down. They're still going through, and they're doubling. They're going to double down and say, we're going to stand on business and still do the Magic City night, despite of what everybody says.
We'll get into that. So it's funny because Cornette, we talk about the Spurs need to have an enforcer. They need to have this, that, and the other, which I think is stupid, by the way. I just think they need to be more manly about what they got going on, right? Luke Cornett doing the flagrant foul in the second quarter, saying, don't F with me, I'll F with you back, was great. Was amazing. I enjoyed, Joe, the throwback NBC coverage they had on Peacock over there with Bob Costas, and then you saw PJ Carlissimo and Hannah Storm, the czar of the telestrator, Mike, what's his name? Mike Fratello. Yeah. It was great, man. Joe, I enjoyed that. We're going to get into that. We'll talk about
old graphics, Mike. That was a callback.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah. And the voice, just Bob Costas sounds like home. It just is what it is. We'll get into some pop culture. Remember Wilbur Valderrama from That 70s Show?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Danny Masterson, who was part of That 70s Show, is in prison right now for multiple rape convictions, right? Then you had the whole thing going on with his good buddy Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. And Topher Grace seems to be the only one that seems to be normal, right? Wilmer Valderrama was known as being kind of a groomer of sorts. And now one of his famous ex-girlfriends is talking about it, saying that, you know what, probably wasn't a good thing. So we'll get into that. How young is too young, Joe? So I know that those who are our age are talking about dating again. How young is too young? Does the half plus seven rule really exist?
Did you see this by Real Bobby February? Bob
Yeah.
Costas caught himself. He came out and he said he was trying to pay homage to the great people that he knows, right? And both their names were Dick. And he came out and he hilariously said they never had two great dicks before. I was like, oh
Was it
God.
Dick Emerson and Dick Ebersol that he was talking about? Yeah, some old school names in
Oh
journalism
my
back in the day in television
God, dude.
broadcasting. Very, very nice,
Like
man.
he didn't think about it before he said it. And then after he said it, he's like, oh, well, that probably is gonna be cut out or something, edited some way, you know. But
Yeah,
it was funny, dude. It was live TV, and he goes out there and talks about that. I'm like, this dude, man.
that's funny, dude. No, the Spurs go out and get the victory last night. I really did enjoy the broadcasting, the music, the graphics. You didn't need your glasses. No readers needed to watch this game. The graphics on the bottom right on the Peacock Network were amazing. We're looking at a
Yeah,
video
Wimby.
dunk that Bob Costas all but wet his pants when he saw Wemby do this dunk. It was a great play, man. They finally got him on the break. Spurs get the victory last night in Philadelphia. What a great victory for the
And
Spurs.
there it
And
is.
then there are the graphics right there, the old NBC
Look at it.
Peacock logo.
And even the
David
old school
Robinson.
lasers.
What in the Transformers is this? It looked like NBA Jam from the late 90s, right?
Yeah,
When I go to Diversion's arcade there on San Pedro and they have
that's
the old
beautiful.
game, these are the graphics that were there. It was amazing. They meshed the old with the new, and you had the old sounds. They even brought up the fact that what's his face? Ahmad Rashad was not part of the telecast, but that they want him to be part of it in the future. But we saw Hannah Storm, we saw PJ Carlissimo, we saw Isaiah Thomas, who was also part of that broadcasting team back in the day.
Did you see what we're talking
Very
about?
nice.
We're like, Alex says Isaiah Thomas can still play, and I'm like, but even even I said he's old already and all that. I said, but I bet you Jimenez still can't score 2 points on Isaiah.
Oh, probably not, man. Probably not. Isaiah Thomas, one of the greatest point guards of all time. You know, we talk about the killer crossover that was Allen Iverson back in the day. You know, speaking of the 76ers, I'm sorry, but the killer crossover that I really loved growing up was that of Isaiah Thomas. I
Yeah,
think he's
Wemby.
kind of yeah, Wemby finally shooting from three. Got the wink in there, courtesy of
You guys saw
Peacock
that.
Network, courtesy of NBC. I mean, look at Wemby going for the wink, man. And then you see all the blocks that he's getting. Yesterday, Wemby moved into the number 250 all time in blocks in NBA history. The guy's 22 years old. He's 250th all time, Joe. He's
Jeez.
only four behind Nikola Jokic.
This was great, Mike. Your boy.
Castle's maturing, man.
Is he your son again? You let him
Yeah,
back in the house?
he's back in the house, man. He can choose the bedroom he wants.
You didn't
Castle,
leave him outside like the dog because they're just animals?
you know, and I kind of feel that this is the reason why we need to have Chris Paul back in the building. Chris Paul is a point guard whisperer. Look what he did to Stephon Castle in his Rookie of the Year campaign. What he's able to do now. He did that for SGA back in 2019 when he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Look at how
And
beautiful that looks, Mike.
oh, that's a clean logo, man. That's clean graphic. It's so simple that it's beautiful. Sometimes less is more, right?
Yeah.
And Wemby's points per game are falling, man. It used to be 24 and a half points per game, but now we're getting closer to 23 and a half points per game because he's had back to back to back to back. That's 4 games in a row of basically 10, 12-point games. And Wemby last night just shot the ball 5 times. Didn't get his first attempt off until the second quarter, but it wasn't needed. I mean, and that's the thing is that I don't know how concerned we should be as Spurs fans when it comes to it all, because what I'm going to hear, Joe, what we're going to hear is, oh, he's just a better version of Rudy Gobert, right? Because they're both French, they're both dominant on defensive side. Not that Gobert could do anything that Wemby does, because Wemby's better offensively. But you're going to hear those whispers, Joe, that he can't be the all-star, that he can't be an MVP candidate if he's averaging just 22, 23 points per game. Spurs getting a 131-91 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. Spurs now 44-17 on the season, just 6 wins away from a 50-win season. Wemby playing elite defense. Like the
Look at
defensive player
that.
of the year award is basically a foregone conclusion if he gets to game 60, if he plays his 64th and 65th game of the season.
Look at that, Mike. I mean, that stat line right there. Even though, you would look at the points and be like, "Oh, well, he didn't have a good game." He actually did had a good
He
game.
had a great game.
10 points. Look at that. 8 rebounds, 6 blocks, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 of
3 of
5 from
5
field
shooting.
goals. And
Yeah.
look at plus 41 on the night in only 24 minutes of playing time.
So
Not
think
bad.
about that. Think about it. It's a 48-minute game. So that when he was off the court, the Spurs were -1. Remember last year and the year before? When Wemby goes off the court, the Spurs absolutely suck. The Spurs yesterday were just -1 with Wemby off the court, plus 41 with him on the court. Let's talk about this guy's passing game, because that's one thing that I've noticed the past couple of weeks or so is that he has become an elite passer like we've never seen before. I know David Robinson was a great passer. I know Tim Duncan was an above average passer. But the eyes and the court vision that Wemby has, I mean, he is 7'4", 7'5". The vision that he has, finding Vassell in the corner, finding Keldon Johnson in the corner, Carter Bryant knocking down some shots. They had some plays over there, Joe, that were very reminiscent of the beautiful game. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that that's what they're doing offensively, but I am saying there were a
Get
couple
little
of plays
shades.
that gave those vibes. But Wemby with the block party there. Devin Vassell, 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. Made 6 3-pointers. When the guy's feeling it, Joe, he's feeling it.
He's feeling it. He's the glue. He's the glue of the team.
We were talking so much this season about how Wemby needs to do this and the other, and Fox needs to do this and the other. But at the end of the day, if Vassell or Champagny are feeling it, the Spurs have a good chance of winning. If they both are, it's a
game
foregone
over.
conclusion. It's game over.
Yeah. Game over.
If Vassell is feeling it, I mean, it's a great thing because he opens up so much. And Dylan Harper last night being interviewed at halftime, doing the halftime interview, and they were saying how great it is and how old they are as broadcasters because they used to interview Ron Harper back in the day. Now they're interviewing his son on NBC Sports as we see Vassell knock down a 3 on the Peacock Network yesterday, pulling up from 8 feet behind the line, nothing but net. Dylan Harper getting both feet in the paint. You know what Dylan Harper's reminding me of, Joe?
Oh.
Dare I say he's reminding me of Tony Parker more and more by the day. His ability to get into the lane, to spin move, the floaters there. Dylan Harper playing some ball, man, and he outplayed.
I was gonna say, look at how impactful both of the probably arguably the best, most important, should I say, 2 players you have on your team were. How impactful they were on the team as far as their plus and minus for the night. Devin Vassell had a great game, plus 43. Wemby was a plus 41?
Right.
I'm like, that means that they had a positive impact on the game while they were out there on the court. And that wasn't so early on in the season. Remember, Mike, we would look at them plus minus 23, minus 25, minus this. I'm like, the whole starting lineup was not good. But now it seems like they've kind of figured things out a little bit as the season has gone on. So you got to be really, let's say, impressed with the growth of said team, right? And how impactful now some of your best players are while they're on the court. That shows a lot of growth.
JHNSB reaches out to us and says, I thought Dylan Harper was DeRozan. Well, he has that mid-range game, but what we're seeing from Dylan Harper is his ability to add to his bag, and then we see that play right there from Carter Bryant running the break. Some things that number 10 could never do, Joe.
No.
Number 11 is greater than number 10 by far. Knocking down some threes. We saw Carter Bryant yesterday play 26 minutes, 11 points scored on 4 of 7 shooting, knocked down 3 3-pointers, had 9 rebounds and 3 assists. Carter Bryant, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit it. I want to be wrong.
You going to sign the apology form?
I didn't diss Carter Bryant too much, man. So I don't think that it was so much that I dissed him to the point where I need to sign an apology for him. I just had my doubts.
He's a better version of Sohan, hands down.
$5, Joe. $5. I called him number 10. I called him number 10.
You did. But I'm saying that's why he who shall not be named is no longer here, right? Because we have a better version, right? In Carter Bryant, the ceiling
Hmm.
is much higher, and the team looks a lot better with him on the court, right?
Right. Harper, 22 points on 8 of 11 shooting, 2 3-pointers for Dylan Harper. Also had a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists along the way. Let's show on my page, Joe, Luke Cornett, who played just 12 minutes in the game, had 2 points, knocked down his only shot of the game, had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. But Luke Cornett kind of set the tone because if you remember, the Spurs got off to a hot start in the first quarter. The 76ers came back and got it within a one-possession game towards the end of the first. Spurs started to open up a little bit in the final minute of the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, it was getting kind of chippy between the players. Philadelphia has a player, number 30, and I'm trying to get his name here. Adam Bona, who's a center, was down low, and he pushed Luke Cornett from behind.
Let
And
me go
Cornett
show
is
this now.
asking for a foul. Like, what the hell is this? And he's asking for the foul. You see it down low. There's a shot attempt out there.
Hard to the basket. This is right.
And Cornett is just there getting assaulted below the basket, right? What does Cornett do? Does Cornett first of all, he freaks out about it all, right? Next play down the court, as my mom likes to say, wácate, dude. Just right across the arm, dude.
Toma.
Just, boom.
That's what he said.
Call
Toma.
for a flagrant foul. But you know what? Message heard,
Toma.
right? Message received. Was that on purpose? Damn straight that was on purpose. That was not a basketball play, but neither was the play before. And Joe, we talk about the enforcer type of thing. How about defend yourself, right? Because Cornett had nobody go up to him and defend his honor, if you will, because everyone was already going back on the play. He's asking for the foul. But for Cornett to go, F this, and go down and just completely manhandle the person who manhandled him.
Good. He knocked the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And like you infamously say, good.
Good. What do you do the next play, Joe? Alley-oop from Devin Vassell.
Yeah.
So, very, very nice, man.
Good.
Jason Garcia reaches out to us and says, if Castle, Harper, and Bryant can learn the spin move and teardrop shot, all three can wreak havoc on teams' interior defense. And that's what it is, because the Spurs are playing respectable ball from behind the arc. Guess what they shot last night, Joe? 40%. Undefeated again, 40% from the field from three. If they're 40% or greater from three, they're undefeated this season. I believe last night's game makes them 19-0 with that when that happens. I know they were playing a hurt team in the 76ers. The Sixers had no size.
But isn't that what the Spurs should have done against a decimated Sixers team? Take care of business, right? And don't give this team hope. Just like totally blow them out of the water. That's what we wanted to see as Spurs fans. And that's what the Spurs did. They didn't play around. They didn't F around and find out. They put them to bed quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need your starters out there to play the entire game, which is great because they get some rest to do what? Come back home and play again, right? On Thursday.
Right. Exactly, man. They cover the spread times 5, Joe. Chris Gonzalez says the elote got spicy.
Grind they City put a little bit of tahini.
Cornett is playing like white version of Wemby. That is great, man.
That's funny, dude.
Mario Cavazos coming out saying Luke Cornett has that Nikola Jokic crazy inner demeanor. Don't mess with the big quiet goofy boys. They'll look crazy on your ass. They'll go crazy on your ass.
Crazy eyes like the Joker.
Hey, I want to talk more Spurs in a second, but can you show that play that I have on my Twitter account from the Lakers game last night?
Oh, with Doncic? Yeah.
Yeah, Luka Doncic is such a bitch. I'm sorry, man. He whines after every play, and it's gotten to be ridiculous. So now you're seeing SGA and you're seeing Doncic become the villains. Doncic is pissed off at the officials for no reason. He's going to the free throw line, which means, Joe, that the official called the foul that he's bitching about. This wasn't like Luke Cornett underneath the basket who was like, "Hey man, you missed that call. I'm going to go out there." He got the foul, and then immediately after his second free throw, got teed up. Good call on the officials, man. Clamping down on that. Luka Doncic complaining about a call that was actually made in his favor. How do you complain about that, Joe? A non-missed call.
No, they want to
They
laugh
called
at
it
him.
on Zion like they should have.
If I was Zion, I would have done the tear. Wah, wah.
I mean, that's so detrimental to his game. It's not like Reggie Miller talking trash and doing the choke symbol and grabbing his crotch and all that stuff. It's not like Jordan and Bird and all that, jawing at each other and talking trash to each other. This guy just cries to officials play after play after play. And the officials, I've had this. I mean, I have some small experience in this as a high school basketball official.
Yeah.
Where if you get chirped at every time, and you tell the player, dude, you're just talking every play. You're complaining every play. And guess what you do, Joe? If you're the official, you hold your whistle. You just go, you know why? Because you don't negotiate with terrorists, Joe. That's why.
Jeez. Well,
crybaby.
Somebody like that with your team and supposedly supposed to be the leader of your team, right? Everybody's looking up to him and whatnot. That's not going to be a guy that's going to lead you to a chip, Mike. Like, that's a soft mentality. That's a crybaby mentality.
This was great because I saw FS1 a couple of days ago. I think it was Nick Wright. And he made a point that I thought was kind of funny because, this big market LA team feels like they should always be in contention for the NBA championship. And they're going to be in the playoffs this year. They may get as high as a 4 seed, but they'll probably be a 5. And Nick Wright said something that I thought was kind of funny the other day. He said, it just dawned on me that Luka Doncic will never win an NBA title.
This is true.
He says the way that the Spurs are trending, the way Oklahoma City is trending, and the way the Rockets are trending, and as good as Denver is, that the Lakers will never win a championship under Luka Doncic. And Doncic can play there for another 10, 12 years, and he'll never hoist the Larry O'Brien.
How long do you think J.J. Redick's going to have his job as the Lakers head coach? Because you can tell that he's not liked by Doncic, right? He don't like him. Luka don't like him.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised, Mike, if he gets his shine box after the season's over.
You never know in LA. I mean, Jeannie Buss isn't running the team anymore.
Yeah.
She had a very stable demeanor about what she was doing out there and how she ran the team. I look at Luka and what kind of coming from Slovenia. Yeah. How many coaches does he know and trust coming on over? So, for example, Kobe Bryant. Not only knew Phil Jackson and Pat Riley, but also knew Greg Popovich. He grew up in the States. He knows the coaching. He knows people that he would want to play for and stuff like that. I don't know if Doncic has that foundation here, which is why I think Wemby works well with Mitch Johnson because he doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
Is Mitch Johnson the best coach in the NBA? No. But I think the thinking is that Mitch Johnson's coaching ability will peak when Victor Wembanyama's playing ability will peak. We still don't know how long of a contract he signed. Mitch Johnson, that contract was held under wraps.
It wasn't made. Wasn't public knowledge.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Oh, look at this. Good friend of the show here, Paul Garcia. I plan on having him on during spring break because he gives a lot of good stats. Right.
He's great.
So he gave us this number. He says through 61 games, the Spurs are on pace for between 58.2 to 59.1 wins. The Spurs are 3 games behind the Thunder for first out west after their win yesterday. Mm-hmm. But let that sink in, Mike. We had even said, we didn't see this coming. We thought, again, it'd be probably between anywhere from 35 to maybe 40 wins, 40-plus wins, And we said, hey, if they can get up to a 5th or 4th seed, exceeding expectations. But at this point, they far exceeded expectations. They're number 2 on pace to win 58 between 58 to 59 games this
Yeah,
season.
that's a
Wow,
that's a great season, regardless of what happens with the Spurs.
ahead of the curve.
Big time. And there's going to be some major decisions that are going to be made on this team in the next few years. First of all, Wemby in line to get his supermax contract extension at the end of the season, provided that he makes All NBA first team or Defensive Player of the Year. We know that he's going to be locked down. We know that Keldon's around for a while. Devin Vassell's around for a while. Champagny will probably get an extension. They got rid of number 10. Carter Bryant's under a rookie deal. Dylan Harper's under a rookie deal. We have a long-term contract in De'Aaron Fox, which I don't know how that's going to play out. Castle under a rookie deal. The Spurs are really poised to be contenders for quite some time and have stability within the top 8 of the rotation.
No.
And I if you remember the Spurs, when the Spurs had the 07 and 14 championship teams, the foundation was Tim, Tony, and Manu, Danny Green, and that was basically it, right? And then you'd have a rotating cast of characters kind of coming on in. And the Spurs would always rotate 6 or 7 players every season. I see the Spurs out of their roster only rotating like 4 or 5 players. And it's usually players 11 through 15. That's the crazy thing about it. And you're showing us here the players of the month for February by the NBA, Victor Wembanyama and Cade Cunningham, which could be 2 of the finalists for the MVP. They're the 2 that are on track to play the 65 games required. Wemby only needs to play 64 because he played in the Emirates Cup final. That game, quote unquote, did not count for when it comes to stats, but it counted towards the games required to qualify for the awards at the end of the season. Victor Wembanyama can only miss up to 4 games, right?
4 games. Yep.
So he's still on path. He's still on track to make it. There will be no load management, Joe.
No, but there might be nights where they might not play him a lot of minutes where they don't need to because they're blowing out teams. And that bodes well for Victor, you know?
Right. Again, the object is not to win 60 games. The object is not to win MVP awards. The object is what? To be healthy when the playoffs start in April, which, by the way, Joe, can you imagine this, Joe? We're playing a playoff game in 7 weeks. It's usually around Fiesta. Now, isn't that crazy?
Exciting. It's exciting.
Isn't that crazy?
You got your fit. You got your Fiesta Spurs jersey ready to go, Mike?
Dude, I don't do Fiesta, man.
But you're 1-0 in Fiesta fights, bro.
I am 1-0 in Fiesta fights. That's stupid.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine you going to Fiesta and as protective as you are of Chica, right?
And this is my ex-wife that I was protecting, yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying this right now. You're protective of Chica, right?
Right. So, I would go insane.
You would. I can only imagine if you were to go to Fiesta now, right? And you go to Oyster Bake and you turn around and you say, you know what? I'm going to go get you a drink. I'll be right back. And you come back and you have these guys trying to get your hands off of her. Don't touch her.
oh, it wouldn't be that dude. That guy would cease to exist.
God. You'd be so mad. And you know how these guys are over there at Fiesta, dude. They're all necio, drunk. Hey, baby, this. Oh, man. No, bro.
Man, you know what it is, man. It's just low class is what it is, man.
Ghetto behavior. That's what you're going to say.
Ghetto behavior. No game whatsoever.
Oh,
hey, baby. Yeah, like that works, right? How about be a nice guy who makes money? How about that?
You know what? You want to make more money? You go on Miguelito, dude, to go ahead and get it done.
Give me a call, 210-508-0369, 210-508-0369. Man, I tell you what, coming off that lawn and garden show, got lots of people asking me about life insurance, lots of people asking me about rolling over 401ks and TSP accounts and things like that. I've already set up 5 meetings with people that I've met out there, signed 2 of them already as clients. Give me a call, 210-508-0369, 210-508-0369. And I know that one of our listeners, Jason, has been trying to reach out to me. Haven't forgotten about you. I'll call you tonight. Okay, we'll make that happen.
Look at that, Toro Loco. Yeah, avoid the tripa breathers.
Can I tell you something that Chica did the other day?
What did she do?
We went to this place called El Guacamole,
Okay.
which is on Highway 90 going towards Castroville before you get to 211.
Yeah.
And John Dyer and I agree with this. Okay, so our good friend Exit 7, John Dyer, who doesn't live on Exit 7 anymore, lives by the golf club of Texas, but he says he trusts me when it comes to Mexican food.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he may not trust me when it comes to movies or music or sports takes or anything like that. He goes, with food, I trust Michael. El Guacamole on Highway 90 in Montgomery Road, I think is what it is, going out towards 211,
Okay.
is
Yeah.
one of the best Mexican restaurants I've ever been to. And I will say top 3 in breakfast tacos by
Nice.
far. It ain't even close. And it's not a taqueria on the west side. It's not in the south side. It's not in the hood. It's literally just off Highway 90. Like not Highway 90, old Highway 90, like off of West Commerce. We're talking past 1604,
Yeah.
going towards 211.
Going towards the
Montgomery
prison or the jail.
Raul Dominguez prison, right? Just past the prison, take the turnaround on Montgomery Road, I think is what it is. And oh
Yeah.
my God, dude, those places is good. So Chica and I went with my parents and my sister, and she orders menudo. So my parents were all excited that Chica ordered menudo, and she left all the menudo there. Whenever she orders menudo, guess what she does, Joe? She just drinks the hominy and the sauce. Doesn't eat any of the meat or anything inside the menudo. Leaves it all there. Just wants the broth
The
of it
broth.
all.
It's flavorful. It's flavorful.
And she's all about it, dude. She's all about it. I
Well,
had
maybe because she knows that the fat and all that, the meat has a lot of grease and a lot of calories in it, you know?
yeah. Marco Cavazos says, nah, you don't eat menudo or barbacoa. I don't trust you for shit on Mexican food. Okay, so here's the thing, Joe. We were at a taqueria, also a different taqueria last week. We were there in San Antonio for 5 days. And she saw a sign. Francesca saw a sign that said menudo and Big Red. Or barbacoa and Big Red is what it said.
Yeah.
Barbacoa and Big Red.
Okay.
And she goes, on Sunday. And
Yeah.
she looked at me with a serious face, looked at me and said, is that a thing in San Antonio?
Yeah, it is.
Is that a thing? I'm like, oh my God, it kind of is. But I can't eat barbacoa for crap, man.
Too much manteca.
It just runs through my stomach, dude. I mean, here's what it is. It tastes good. It doesn't. Get a little green salsa in there, get a little salt on there, corn tortilla. It tastes amazing. It just wrecks my body. So, Mario, it does taste good. It just, it just leaves me in the toilet for about 30 minutes afterwards, man. It's gross.
God.
It's gross.
Are you getting the all meat carne, all carne? Barbacoa, or are you getting the one that's mixed?
It doesn't matter if it's all meat or has all the hueso in it, man. It's all good. I mean, it tastes good, but it goes down the same way, man.
Oh, look at Sam Salinas.
Yeah, barbacoa's a great cure for constipation. No kidding, man. You may as well eat on the toilet.
It's just like drinking coffee, Mike.
Just flows through, man.
Like coffee and a cappuccino or whatever. As soon as that hits your lips, you're going to the bathroom, bro.
It's brutally gross, dude. I cannot. It tastes good. Just no, thank you. It just plungers me out, man. But no, El Guacamole though, seriously, very very good restaurant.
Have you taken Chica there?
Yeah, we've gone there about two or three times. They do have a full on bar, so she likes it.
Okay.
But it's a small place, man. You maybe only 20 tables or so. But I like that place. I like Garcia's downtown. The enchiladas at Garcia's, the brisket tacos downtown. That's very good. Gonna be honest with you, I'm not down with a lot of Southside taquerias. I'm more of a Westside taqueria guy. The Tacos Martinez's of the world.
No Rolando Super Tacos.
That's gross, man.
Oh,
I know Alex and Sean were all about that growing up. When you order a taco and you have to hold it like it's a baby, that's gross.
You just need the one and you share it with the table, Mike. Come on.
That's gross. That's like, do you know what else is gross, Joe? In retrospect, King Kong nachos from Chacho's.
Oh, Mike. Come on, bro. You got the flies all over the place. You get a big old plate of nachos. You have the cheap margaritas out there.
Oh, the
Come on.
wineritas. God, man,
Yeah.
why did we do that to ourselves? Now I wonder why I gained so much weight growing up. I used to be
Eating
sneaky.
King Kong
I used to
nachos.
be sneaky athletic, and then all of a sudden, I got love handles because of chachos and drinking.
Oh,
You,
look
you
at
imagine how
Greg.
skinny I would be if I didn't have any alcohol in my system for the last 30 years? I mean, think about it. They say that what 3,000 calories or 3,500 calories is a pound, right?
Yeah.
If you added up all the alcohol that you've drank over the years, right, and divided by 3,500, that's how many pounds you are heavier because of alcohol. But it's delicious.
And look what Greg says. Mike takes a bump. That's good for constipation.
Or
Cocaína.
ask me, have I ever had the tacos from Picnic
Picnic.
convenience
Oh,
store, the
those are
peasant
good,
street?
dude.
Nah, not from Picnic, but I will. I don't mind it whenever I walk around a gas station that says the Laredo Taco Company. It's not that great, but it's doable. It's doable tacos.
Look at Grind City buyers. Sneaky athletic equals water boy. Dang, Mike.
Dang, man, that was a little rough, man.
Oh my God. Just like the No Jimenez Beach Bash. Oh God. We got to change the name of that, I guess.
Yeah, so
But look at
the No Jimenez Beach Bash, right? And I was gonna send you a snarky reply, and I'm gonna send it to you guys right now. It's gonna say, here you go, here you go. What is it called? The No Jimenez.
beach party. No Jimenez Beach Party. And you know what's funny? I just booked the place yesterday. I went ahead and paid for it already. It was like $500 or whatever. It's like, I'll just do it now. Get it out of the way. 3 bedroom, 2 bath house that I got. Got a patio, a nice area in the back, barbecue and all that. So we're gonna have fun that weekend.
So I just texted you guys my itinerary for when I'm in Europe, and it just says, "Sorry guys, I'm busy."
You're gonna be are you gonna be in Europe June 12th through the 14th?
I'm gonna be in Europe June 1st through the 15th. Yeah,
Yeah, so you're gonna miss the party anyway.
gonna be. Sorry that particular day I'm gonna be in Barcelona.
Yeah. We'll be at the
It-
beach. I'll be sitting down drinking a beer, watching the waves roll in.
Man, I told Chica, man, that's gonna be expensive. My boss has already told me that because the Louis Vuitton store and the Gucci store over there in
Yeah.
France is different and better than the US, that I'm going to drop some coin. I'm already freaking the F out, man. I'm
Yeah.
already saying to myself, not only that, I'm going to miss 2 weeks of work. I need to make some mad money the next 3 months. Some mad money.
You know what's funny, dude? You go to Europe and Chica's gonna want to buy something nice, Mike. She's gonna want something real nice to come, to bring it back home as a little memento. So they have good
Mhm.
leather wares out there
They do.
in Europe. So you're gonna be bringing back something.
Sam Selena says, MJ Euro trip. Chica doesn't
Yep.
know. Chica doesn't know. Oh, so don't tell Scotty.
Ole, ole, ole. MVP.
MVP, MVP.
MVP.
And that's an interesting thing about it when you try to calculate what an MVP voter thinks about when it comes to Wemby. Because traditionally, kind of like the NFL MVP is about the quarterback and who's the best quarterback of the best team type of thing, which is why
Yeah.
I said that Dak Prescott, no matter what his stats are, would never be a candidate for the MVP award. In the NBA, it's about who scores, right? Who's scoring 30 points per game? Is it SGA? Is it Nikola Jokic? Russell Westbrook having a triple-double season? All that stuff. Do you know what none of that talks about?
You know what?
Vince. You know, the MVPs that were good defensive players were who? Duncan, Kobe, Jordan,
Wemby now.
now Wemby. So are they going to go back and look at that and think to themselves, well, you know what? Defense is just as important as the offense, right? I know
Yeah.
what did they say at ESPN back in the day? Chicks love the long ball. it's exciting to talk about 3-pointers. It's exciting to talk about Steph Curry knocking down threes, but Curry's also a liability on defense. He's the greatest shooter of all time, but he's a liability on defense. Positives outweigh the negatives by far, and he's the top 15 player of all time, best shooter of all time. But Wemby might go down as one of the greatest defenders of all time, and that for something. And
Look at these stats.
you're going to get those Gobert disses when it comes to it all, and it's stupid.
Look at the stats that they put up here by Onyx odds, right?
Right.
One of the Vegas odd makers. And what it says is that for the month of February, these are the teams and how many blocks they had. Warriors had 37, Suns had 37, Mavericks had 38, Pacers 37, Nets 38, El Wembeyazo by himself, 38 blocks for the month of February.
Averaging like 28 minutes, averaging 28 minutes per game, by the way. You know, it's not like he's out there. All those other teams are playing 48-minute games with 5 players out there. He's doing that by himself, playing half the game.
If Wemby doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year, it's a travesty, Mike.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? It's going to be – it should be unanimous. There's going to be that 1 or 2 voter out there that's going to pick Chet Holmgren. But I'm looking up the NBA awards odds right now on FanDuel to see, like, where's Wemby right now. Because last I saw, he's a far runaway favorite for it all. Like, it's not close anymore. It used to be that when he got hurt in December, that was the best time to buy into it because you could have gotten 3 to 4 to 1 odds on Wemby. Right now, the Wemby is the minus 900 to get it, which basically means 99% chance. Just getting the 65 games played, and he's going to win it. Chet Holmgren's at number 2. When it comes to MVP, SGA is the favorite by far. Nikola Jokic is 2. Cade Cunningham 3. Victor Wembanyama is 4th right now. Jaylen Brown is 5th. Luka Doncic is 6th. When it comes to Rookie of the Year, Joe, it's no longer Cooper Flagg.
Who is it? Is it Harper?
It's Con Knipple.
He's played well.
Wow. 2-man race, well. Con Knipple and Cooper Flagg. They were talking about that on the Spurs coverage yesterday. Bob Costas was mentioning Dylan Harper being the number 2 player in the draft, and he was saying, behind the future Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg. And the other announcer said, "Are we sure about that?" Because Cooper Flagg was crowned as the Rookie of the Year early on, like, it's a foregone conclusion. Cooper Flagg, generational type of player, one of the best draft picks of the last 10 years. What if he doesn't win? Because you know what Cooper Flagg hasn't done in the last month, Joe?
No.
He hasn't played a game. He has missed 5. He's missed 8 games in a row with an injury. Now, for the season, he's averaging 20 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Very, very, very good stats. But Con Knipple has broken the record for most 3-pointers made by a rookie all time, averaging 19 points per game, 49% from the field, 43.5, Joe, from 3. Also with 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 5.5 rebounds and 3.5 assists. Con Knipple's the Rookie of the Year. He's also played 61 games. Best ability is what, Joe? Availability.
Yeah.
I'm going to rub my nipples when I see what his effective field goal shooting percentage is.
Why you got to make it weird, Mike? God.
61.6% effective field goal shooting percentage.
I think somebody would pay $5 to see you rub your nipples.
Do it for free.
Oh, Mike. What are you doing, bro?
Sam Salinas reaches out to us and says, was telling you guys the other day that I was totally wrong about Khan. I thought his stock and hype rose way too fast. He's the real deal. The guy is Klay Thompson. I mean, that's basically who he is. Joe, Elias says it's your turn to rub your nipples.
No, bro, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. But you know what happened though? The Spurs, they swept the month of March or February, should I say? So after we had the Victor Wembanyama named, Western Conference Player of the Month. Now you have defensive player and, player when he was named, was it player of the month and defensive player of the month. We have Dylan Harper, who received rookie of the month honors, and Mitch Johnson was named coach of the month.
Yeah, we swept it.
Wow.
That's pretty
Ain't that
amazing.
something?
What a fantastic what a fantastic run for the Spurs. I mean, who would have thought at the beginning of the season? No one, even the most optimistic Spurs fan, would never have believed that this would have happened. And no NBA fan would have ever imagined that an NBA team would be celebrating a strip club. But that's what's happened in Atlanta. We talked about it yesterday about how Luke Cornett of the Spurs wrote a blog bashing the Atlanta Hawks because they're celebrating what's called Magic City Night on March 16. It celebrates a strip club. It's a collaboration with a strip club because of quote unquote its iconic status in Atlanta, been around for 4 decades over there.
That'd be like the Rainbow Lounge here, Mike. Collaboration.
Mentioned by lots of hip hop stars over the years, from Drake to Future
Oh my God.
to the to a bunch of hip hop stars over the years, right? Jamie Gertz, the actress turned owner of the Atlanta Hawks, says that it's going to continue despite public pushback from NBA players and from media backlash and all that stuff.
They're doubling down, Mike.
They double down, saying that it's iconic cultural institution, Magic City, they said. And it says prior to the game, the Hawks principal owner, filmmaker, and actress Jamie Gertz says that she said on a podcast and a press release that last year, quote, last year Magic City celebrated 40 years with a 5-part star docuseries to the network stars. It's called Magic City, an American Fantasy, produced by Gertz alongside Grammy Award-winning mogul and Atlanta native Jermaine Dupri. So Jamie Gertz has a vested interest in this going on because why? It promotes a docuseries that she produced. So it's not because they're doubling down to stand their ground. This is designed to what? Promote what she's doing on her end. It has nothing to do about protecting women's images or whatnot. She doesn't care. She wants clicks. She wants eyes on. And who the hell watches stars anyway?
Not me.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. But they're still, like I said, they're going to double down. They don't care. They're going to move forward with it despite all the controversy. And you know what? I bet you she's enjoying it because, like they said, any publicity is good publicity, whether it be bad or good.
I would typically say yeah. But at the same time, she looks like a fool.
No lies detected. What's it going to do at the end of the day to the bottom line? Because you're going to have people that get upset and it could cause a firestorm right down the line. People saying boycott, because of women's rights or whatever. It's degrading. And, other NBA players have kind of spoken out against this as well. It wasn't just Luke Cornett.
Yeah. And so he's not alone on an island just basically saying that, that they should do it. He brought this to the attention of other people.
Yeah.
And without that attention, no one would have known. It would have just happened, right? But he brought it up, and the dominoes began to fall. It started to spread like wildfire because everyone's looking around going, how is this even a thing? I brought this up to my wife and my mother-in-law yesterday. I said, hey, look, did you know that there's an NBA team celebrating a strip club in their town with a collaboration and merch? And they said, that sounds so stupid. You know why it sounded so stupid to them? Because it is so stupid. There's no justification for it. And I don't care if they're also known for their wings. They're known for TNA, dude. That's what they're known for, not wings.
I'm just saying, man. You look and see what the Spurs do, right? As their theme nights. Sesame Street night versus Magic City night. Which one you want to take your kids to, Mike?
Exactly.
Come on, man. How are you going to explain that to your daughter? It's her first game, right? You take her out, daddy-daughter date night, taking your daughter to the first game, right? Ever. That's a big thing, right?
Right.
And you take them on Magic City night. Daddy, what is that? What are you going to tell her, man?
Mario Cavazza saying, imagine Spurs Sports Entertainment doing a Giorgio's Michael Jimenez undercover investigation Memorial Night.
They show the video on
If
the
you know, you
jumbotron
know. If you know, you know.
with the no fear hat, right? That's where you had the
Yeah,
camera hidden.
yeah. So the singer Demi Lovato is coming out talking about her relationship to Wilmer Valderrama back in the day. I don't even remember Demi Lovato, who
Yeah.
is a very talented actress, very talented singer. I have 3 songs probably saved of her on my Spotify list. No more than no less than 2, no more than 3. Right? Latina. She did a movie with Selena Gomez back in the day, the Princess Protection Program, which I saw with my kids when they were growing up. So I'm a big Demi Lovato fan. I'm not a big Demi Lovato. I'm not going to go buy concert tickets, but I see the talent that's there. Back in the day when she was a teenager, she was dating a 30-year-old Wilmer Valderrama while he was starring in that 70s show, Fez, right? Fez also was somebody who was dating Mandy Moore when she was a teenager as well. He had a thing for 17-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
She has come out on a podcast with Keke Palmer saying that it was not okay, and she wonders why she was dating somebody that old. So, that being said, on a scale of 1 through 10, how cochino was Wilmer Valderrama in that aspect? Because it's not just him. Look at Jerry Seinfeld was in his 40s when he was dating a teenager.
Oh, yeah. This is true.
My dad and I were talking about Jerry Lee Lewis back in the day with his cousin, who's a 14-year-old, Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
What about R. Kelly with Aaliyah? I don't understand the desire to do that. Like, as a grown ass man, I don't understand the desire to say, you know what? I know I'm 30 years old. I'm gonna go hook up with a 17-year-old. I don't get it, man.
Hey, we
Cochino.
do have an incoming super chat from the Drew Show we need to get to.
Yeah.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And thank you, Drew Show, for the $5 super chat. We appreciate it. And he says Jamie Gertz has been married to Tony Wrestler since 1989. He goes, she's his day one girl. 10 billion reasons she can take the NBA into the champagne room is what he's saying. So he's a billionaire.
So Jamie Gertz, Jamie Gertz's husband is the owner of the Atlanta Hawks, but I guess by extension, she is too.
Yeah.
She's kind of the figurehead of the organization. Whenever there's the NBA draft and they're saying this representative of this team, whenever it's the Atlanta Hawks, it's always Jamie Gertz. It's always her. And then they always bring up, you remember her from Twister? She played the Bill Paxton's girlfriend on Twister. That always pops up, man. It is Wednesday, Joe, which means it is Wednesday Wines Day over at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Half off bottles of champagne and wine. Go take your girl. Treat your girl right. Don't take her to Magic City. Take her to P.F. Chang's, man, for that magical Asian cuisine. Let's give some love to our friends at P.F. Chang's La Cantera.
Yeah, and remember, P.F. Chang's does have a wine list, which is very important, by the way. P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Show of hands, who's been at P.F. Chang's La Cantera recently? Because I have, man. The peppered filet steak is amazing. You can check out all their craft cocktails. They have an $8.99 special going on for their signature craft cocktails. We have the photos right there. The lychee martini, the jade margarita. They have a mule. They've got Mai Tai. They've got that Long Island iced tea. If you want to have a nice little pinky out drink, they got it, right? On special $8.99. If you want to have a drink that's going to get you a little bit tipsy, the Long Island's there, baby. The Long Island's there. And again, if you want to get a little frisky, pay a few extra bucks, go check out their smoked old fashioned. Very, very,
Very
nice.
nice, man.
half off champagne and wine bottles today. If you can't go over there to enjoy the Asian atmosphere over there, take it to go. DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, they do that as well. Or you can go drive up over there. They have to-go parking spots there right at the very front, so you don't have to fight through all the traffic and all the parking spots. It's for PF Chang customers only. Go in there, go grab your food, take it home, surprise the family, say, hey, got some good Asian cuisine for dinner tonight. Again, PF Chang's La Cantera is the sponsor of our show and also of our chat on the right-hand side. Very, very nice. Joe?
Yeah.
All-Stars would never have been celebrated by the Spurs. What does that say, Joe, about the ownership over there in Atlanta? Or are we blowing it out of proportion? Because you see these podcasters who are based in Atlanta talking about this, coming out and saying that the outsiders just don't get it.
Yeah.
That the outsiders just don't get the cultural references and how it's part of the hip-hop community. And in music, hip-hop is from where? It's from LA, New York, and Atlanta. That's where hip-hop's from. It's kind of like jazz is from New Orleans, right? You know, the Motown is from Detroit and Philly. Hip-hop, Atlanta is big. To some extent, Houston, if you say the Ghetto Boys and whatnot, Houston, right? I understand that that's part of the culture, but at the end of the day, it's a freaking strip club. You can say that, oh, it has a restaurant. You can say that, oh, it's culturally relevant to the hip-hop community. But at the end of the day, it's a freaking strip club. What the hell's going on? Drew Show, nice super chat, my man.
Yeah.
Money talks, baby.
Here comes the money.
Here comes the Drew Show. He's official bank of the Area 210, Mike.
Yeah, it says the ATL. It's called the Dirty South for a reason.
Look what he said.
The
He
Dirty
says
Bird.
Jamie had natural girts, see less than zero, one of the movies that she did way back when.
Very
and we
nice.
got that other one.
She had that nerdy look.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, and that's the one that you were just reading right now. Thank you,
Yeah,
Drew,
that
for the $2
was
super
funny.
chat.
That was
ATL is
funny.
called the Dirty South for a reason. And
Joe, we
look at
need to-
Elias is saying that only the virgins are upset, the people that get mad at everything.
He must be very upset. So, when are we going to go to a UTSA baseball game, Joe?
I don't know, but I think we should go soon because you know what? They had a hell of a game last night, man. They were out there playing in, what was it, Corpus Christi?
Playing the Islanders. Islanders have a pretty good program, man.
They were
Oh, look at
84, I believe, and they were beating UTSA. But UTSA made a triumphant comeback, and they came from behind to get the dub.
UTSA now ranked 25th in the nation. Again, they were one game away from making the College World Series last year. UTSA record right now 11-1. Conference play has not started. The Roadrunners have won 4 in a row. 7-0 at home at their Little League Park. 3-0 on a neutral site. 1-1 on the road. So I'm looking for the next game for UTSA. And UTSA beat Baylor a couple weeks ago, or earlier over the weekend, 11-6.
No.
They beat A&M Corpus Christi 7-5. Up next, they have some road games. They've got a 3-game set against New Mexico State beginning on the 6th. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games against New Mexico State. That's going to be in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Then they've got back-to-back games against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Then they have home games against UT Arlington there at UTSA. A family day on March 15th, sponsored by HEB. That's a 1 p.m. first pitch. They got Houston Christian down the road. Any big names on the A&M Corpus Christi is coming to town at the end of March. They basically play every other day, Joe, for the next couple of months or so.
Yeah.
Finally, on March 31st, Joe, Battle of San Antonio, UTSA at UIW.
That's going to be a good one. Maybe we should go out for one of those games, Miguelito. Go out there in our own.
What game we fought for, Joe?
What?
We'll be like the traveling jackals.
Oh, God.
Good
You're
Friday.
going to get the bird? You're going to get Rowdy tattooed on your belly?
Joe, Good Friday, April 3rd. They're on the road in Houston taking on Rice, which is a really good baseball program. I'm just saying, if you're going to come visit Conroe, visit me in Chica, that's the time to do it.
And when is that one?
That's the first weekend of April.
Okay.
It's the Friday and Saturday before Easter.
Nice.
Friday, April 10th, UTSA baseball is having an alumni tailgate event. So there you
Sounds
go.
fun.
So props to UTSA baseball, man. Props to UTSA.
Yeah, we were saying some people in the chat. I think it was Greg was saying, let's bring our lawn chairs and meet up at a UTSA baseball game.
And that's basically it, man. You need to bring a lawn chair because they don't got a
Yep.
chair for you over there. They seat about 200 people.
The little
Ooh.
bleachers that they have back there.
Joe, you looking outside? Is it gonna hail outside?
Nah, not over here, dude.
My SA says parts of the San Antonio area could be hit with hailstorms today.
I hope not, man, because that's the last thing I need. I haven't lost internet here in a long time, dude. But there's always that one storm that'll knock something out. And that'll happen.
Mhm.
The last time I think I lost my internet was almost a year ago. And dude, that knocked me out for like half a day. And I work from home,
Right.
but there's nothing, absolutely nothing I could do about it. And
You know,
work is like, I was gonna
get-
say work is telling me you can use your phone. I'm like, no, I can't, dude. Like, hello, we work for the government, dude. We have to be on a secure network. I don't have that network VPN on my phone. There's no way
Right.
I could do that. It's a breach of security, right? So they're like, no, you're right. You can't do that. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I got power, but I got no internet, So
Mhm.
it is what it is on that end. I just had to wait. And finally, when AT&T, I guess, reconnected everything back up because there was a storm going on and it knocked something out, and that's what caused an outage in the area. And it did take like 4 hours. That sucks, especially when you work from home. Something like that happens. You're at the mercy of the repairman,
We're going to be doing renovations to Chica's house so that we can sell it. We're
Yeah.
kind of like flipping her own house, her old house anyway. I met this couple that own a company, and they were at the lawn and garden show. They're called Roof Savers,
Yeah.
and I found that to be interesting because you have hail damage, and we had we had two inspectors go to the house recently. One said that the roof needed to be replaced, and the other one said the roof was fine. How the hell do you get to that? How does one person who inspects roofs for a living say that it's fine, and the other one say that it needs to be replaced? So anyway, long story short, we're going to be doing what's called a roof restoration. So it's not a full on takeout of the roof and reshingle it. It's going to be a restoration of it all to reinforce it, and that's about a third of the price of replacing the roof. Comes with a 17-year warranty, so I'm all excited about that, dude. So we'll be getting that done. Chica's pool's going to be cleaned out, and they're going to change the lights on the pool. And then we have a new furnace going up there. So Chica put out some big money this month, man, hoping to flip that house for a good amount.
Yeah, look at that. They're talking about the World Baseball Classic, and that kicks off on Friday. And they have games happening over in Houston, Mike. I think the USA is going to be playing Brazil on Friday. Then they have games on Saturday. Then USA and Mexico, I believe that game takes place in Houston on Monday. So we will be watching the World Baseball Classic this weekend so we can kind of talk about it. Because I know Alex is all into it as well, our good friend of the show here and friend of ours. Alex likes to watch that as well. But we'll definitely be talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, the World Baseball Classic is pretty cool. I enjoy watching it. I watch it. I like it more than the Olympics, that's for sure.
Nobody watches the Olympics, Mike.
I think this year I'm going to make a concerted effort to watch more baseball. I now have to cheer for the Houston Astros.
God.
That was the arrangement when I married Chica, was that I'd have to ditch my Rangers fandom and become an Astros fan. Now, that doesn't hurt my feelings too much because I'm a massive Spurs fan.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Oilers fan back in the day. I bled baby blue. I bleed silver and black. Those are my teams. Those are my guys. I like the Saints. I love the Saints. Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't wreck my week when they lose. I cheer for them. It doesn't wreck my week. When they lose in the playoffs, I'm like, oh, sad for a week. When the Spurs get knocked out of the playoffs, I'm sad for like a month. Baseball wise, I cheer for the Texas Rangers. Rather, I go to their games from time to time.
Yeah.
I cheer for them, but man, I don't follow them. So when Chica said that she wanted this is what Chica did. She says, "Hey,
Yeah. Cheer.
Michael, I will cheer for the Spurs as a diehard. I'll go to their games. We'll go to home games. We'll go to road games. I'll cheer for the Spurs. I'll cheer for the Spurs in Houston, even though we live an hour outside of Houston.
Yeah.
But you need to cheer for the Astros."
The Lastros.
So I said, fine. I'll cheer for the Astros, right? And then she laughed and goes, haha, I was already a Spurs fan. So I didn't change her fandom. She was never a Rockets fan.
Never a Rockets fan?
Nah. She would
So
cheer for
that's
the
the-
Rockets when she'd go to the games, but she wasn't like a card carrying member wearing gear and stuff. She has all the Spurs gear.
So my thing is, I don't really care for the teams in Texas, right? I'm really an Astros fan, Texans fan. But if I start dating somebody or I'm with somebody and they're like Chica or whatever, and they're either a Texas fans or they're going to be an Astros fan. Am I going to have to go and change allegiances too, Mike?
Yeah.
With the enemy?
Yeah, I suppose so, man. Drew Show reached out with the super chat coming in here saying the super chat is the whipping sound for Mike.
Here comes the money.
There it is.
Black Bucket says, happy wife, happy life, best advice ever. I prefer happy spouse, happy house. You know, both sides being happy, but I understand that there's more give than take when it comes to it all. I get
Yeah,
that.
They're asking who's opening a Snickers. It's not a Snickers. I was trying to show you guys the stickers, not the Snickers. So there you go. These are the new stickers that came in. They look pretty good.
Joe,
We'll
you
have
go,
these at our next event.
speaking of Snickers, Joe, you go to a gas station, you go to Walgreens, HEB,
Yeah.
you want to get a candy. What candy do you go for?
I like Payday, bro. I just like
Really?
the peanuts in the Payday, man.
You're the only person I've ever heard of that says that goes for the payday.
I like the Payday, dude. I mean, I've had the other one that I like a lot too. It's either going to be the Payday or the Heath bar.
I've never
toffee?
even had a Heath.
Oh man, they're so damn good, Mike. It's like chocolate toffee. It's so good. Like when I go to Dairy Queen once in a blue moon and I go and get a Blizzard, it always has to be the Heath Blizzard. So good. So good.
So Chica and I in the fridge right now, we were just driving around and you drive back from San Antonio to Conroe. And we stopped at the gas station and we both looked at the same candy bar and said, we need to get one. And we've put them in the fridge. They're all cold right now. Butterfinger. It's so disgusting. It's
Baby
so
Ruth?
old, but it's so good.
What about the Baby Ruth? Butterfinger and Baby Ruth. Butterfinger's kind of nasty, dude. It like changed the recipe or something,
Yeah.
and it's gross. We're in gross. Look at.
Here comes the money.
Incoming super chat from the Jew Show. He goes, Mike is wearing Rockets colors and unaware of it.
I didn't realize the Rockets wore pink.
It looks red on camera, dude.
It's kind of a dull red. It's not a Rockets red, man. Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
But look at everybody saying Payday.
Payday is top tier. Is that salty? Like I know I've had a
good.
Payday before, but it's like, is it like a salty chocolate?
It's a salty. No, it's no chocolate. It's just peanuts and caramel.
That's what makes it salty, the caramel.
Yeah, it's so good. But Almond Joy is gross, dude.
No, Almond
Almond
Joy
Joy
is top
is
tier.
nasty.
Almond Joy is top tier. There's just not enough Almond Joy because it only comes in two little
No.
pieces.
With the coconut, no, bro. That's gross.
So I'm top of the gas station. I didn't realize Snickers changed their game, right? So you go to Snickers, right? Because someone brought up Snickers. They have a regular Snickers, right, which comes with the peanuts, right? Now they have Mega Snickers, which is basically Snickers with like double the amount of peanuts. I tried one, not bad. They now have a Snickers with pecans in them.
Yeah.
Instead of the peanuts, you got pecans. The evolution of candy, baby.
And look, we got another incoming super chat from the Drew Show.
Here
Oh,
comes the
Mr.
money.
Goodbar, Chris says.
And there it is, Mike. $2 from the Drew Show. Appreciate you, Drew.
Says soon Mike will be like, what Saints? The problem I have with being a Saints fan is I love going to the Saints games and I love the food at the events and all that stuff. Chica has no desire to ever go to New Orleans. She's like, because you've met her, Joe. What does she like? She likes nice things. And the last thing that New Orleans is nice.
Yeah.
Not even Marbach nice. It's just gross. New Orleans is a young man city. Vegas is a young man city. The idea of me going to Vegas anymore, I mean, unless it's for an event. Chica asked me the other
Yeah.
day, she was like, take me to a boxing match. She goes, take me to a good one. Take me to one
Vegas.
that's Vegas where we get to, get nice seats, watch a good fight. Who should I take her to go see? Because I don't want to take her to go see like Canelo, because Canelo's old, and I don't want to go see Pac-Man versus Mayweather because
You'd
I
want
hate
to
both
see some of
fighters.
the more upcoming boxers, like the Ryan Garcia fight was an exciting one to watch,
Yeah,
against Barrios. That was a good one to go see. You're going to want to see boxers that are still in their prime, not kind of over the hill. Canelo is over the hill already, dude. And he picks who he's going to fight, and the fights are usually boring as F.
what
You
about
know,
Tank?
Tank isn't even fighting anymore. That's the thing with him. So
It's
you just
King
got to
Ryan, isn't it?
King Ryan's on the rise, bro. So you're gonna want to go ahead and check out some Ryan Garcia fights. Hopefully he can go ahead and stay focused. If he stays focused, dude, he can be like the next face of boxing. You know,
Man, but he big time me, Joe.
you're still mad about that, dude. Come on.
There's only been two athletes in my professional history that have been dicks. Ryan Garcia is one of them, and the other one was what's his name from the Padres, the one that had all the drugs, the PEDs in him. Oh my god, I can't believe him. Play
Barry
for the mission. Play for the missions.
Barry Bonds.
Oh no, he plays for them now. Let's see here. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, okay.
He was nice enough to give me an interview, but kind of a dick throughout the interview.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, man, just take her to
Mexico
go
Jr.
see
saying
something nice.
saying better off going to see a UFC fight in Vegas. I don't like UFC, Joe.
Why?
It does nothing for me. I'll hang out with friends when it's a big UFC fight, or I'll go to the bar and everyone's watching a big, title fight or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
and it's fine. But I prefer boxing.
You're gonna see boxing. Pitbull Cruz is another one that's cool to see. Should go take her to see that one. He's kind of evolved a little bit more as a fighter now. He used to be a brawler, right?
Mhm.
Put his head down, just want to go out there and just punch it out. But now he's been a little bit more methodical in his approach. He's becoming a good boxer, So he's on the rise as well.
Joe, the NFL draft is a month away. How excited are you about it all?
Excited because
And and do you believe in Jerry Jones saying that they're going to be active in free agency this year? They never
absolutely
are.
not.
They
Absolutely not.
never are.
Teams have already started being active, and Jerry Jones is still just sitting down at the desk, eating an egg McMuffin every morning, just looking. Nope, nope,
McMuffin.
that's not what we want. Nope, I don't want that. Nope. And then somebody cuts somebody that, is a pariah to the team. Now that's the MFer that I want to get on the team. Call his agent. That Jerry's just, I don't know, man. Jerry's just dumb. If you just sit down and do nothing, nothing's going to happen. You need to go ahead and fill some of the gaping holes in the Cowboys defense. That defense is basura, man. He needs to do something quick.
So I'm reading right now about the Dallas Cowboys. They were $56 million over the cap. That they restructured deals for Tyler Smith, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott to become cap compliant. It said, I wish I understood the rules of the NFL salary cap. Like the NBA kind of makes sense, right? The NBA, where you have a salary cap, you have a luxury tax area like the first apron, you have the second apron, the ability to retain your players by paying them more than the outside world can do. I understand all that. That all makes sense to me. I get most of it. The
Yeah.
NFL, when Jerry Jones says that I have to spend more money in free agency to become cap compliant, I have no idea what any of that means, man. Don't get it whatsoever, man. And then you see, oh well, and I understand what they're doing with it when they change it and they extend out contracts, but all it does is screw you over in the end. The Cowboys need to do what the Denver Broncos did and Sean Payton did and said, what? We're going to suck for 1 year. We're going to hard reset.
Yeah, it might have to, man. That makes you. I mean, look at what's happening with the Cowboys now. You run it back with the same team you got, expect the same results on defense, right? Your offense will look good, but the defense is going to suck. And what defense wins championships, Mike? And if the Cowboys don't have a decent enough defense, they ain't going nowhere. They're not going to even make the wild card. They're not going to sniff the playoffs.
And the fact that they don't have a second and third round pick this year, I know they got 2 first rounders,
Yeah,
but no second and third. It's got to flip that number 20 pick, Joe. Get a second and third. I'd rather have them have a second and third than have the 20th pick in the draft by far. Super chat coming on in from the Drew Show.
Here comes the money.
The official bank and credit union of the Area 210 podcast. Saying all BS aside, shout out to NBC, Throwback Tuesday, Bob Costas, Fratello, Collins, showed everybody how it's supposed to be done. Hannah Storm goated.
Yep.
Dude, I loved it. And you know what? I didn't love it to the point where I want to see it all the time. I loved it to the point where I was like, you know what? Once a month, I would love this. Give me a game of the. It's just basically what they're doing, right?
I love this comment by the True Show. He goes, "Pours, it was free on TV. Boo, buy an antenna from the Dollar Tree."
And stick it where? I don't even know how these things work.
Mike.
But but all honesty, it shows how bad the broadcasting has become.
On ESPN especially, dude, it's become almost unwatchable. You got to put it on mute.
With TNT as well back in the day.
Because you don't like Inside the NBA.
Because it sucks. There's no insight. You get nothing from the game. They diss the
Just
players.
laughing.
Inside the NBA sucks ass. It's one of the worst shows ever. It's stupid. It made NBA fans dumb. And we watched a halftime show yesterday with Hannah Storm, PJ Carlissimo, and was it Doug Collins?
Doug Collins, yeah.
And I thought to myself, man, I know more about basketball now than I did 5 minutes ago. I was more entertained by that than
Sean Elliott and Jacob Toby Eden
talking about food.
It pisses you off so much, Mike, when
so
you're
stupid.
losing. Like the coaching decision, right? They had that coach's challenge. They didn't even talk about it. The whole challenge went unnoticed because they were talking about food.
They were talking about some drumstick, some turkey leg. And then you look at like Amazon Prime when they have Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash and Blake Griffin on there. That's how it's supposed to be done. They're entertaining and they educate at the same time. I don't want to sit there and have grab ass with Ernie Johnson. And so many NBA fans are like, Ernie Johnson's goated, man. Ernie Johnson is just another dude. He ain't no Bob Costas. He's not even Tim McCarver, for crying out loud.
Or you have Chuck talking about the big old women in San Antonio because they're gonna have to come over here.
Or
he can't say that now.
Or churros. Yeah. It's so stupid.
It
was funny.
Say that no more.
It was funny the first time. After that, it got to be stupid. Let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. By the way, I like the fact when you walk into Hard Rock Cafe, on the right-hand side, it shows photos of the band Aerosmith at the grand opening of Hard Rock back in the early 90s. But let's show some love to Hard Rock Cafe.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
They have that fantastic bar that overlooks the Riverwalk. We had a fun time out there over the weekend. Keep in mind, great burgers, great cocktails over there. The old fashioned, not bad. Not bad at all.
The tropical, The tropical margarita was a hit. Everybody loved it.
And then you can go downstairs and go check out the gift shop because man, when I was in middle school and high school, whenever I had any friend go out on vacation or any cousin, hey, can I bring you back anything? Bring me back a Hard Rock shirt. That was like my thing. Kind of like my son now, Chica's boy, loves Harley clothing from every store, every place. So whenever we go to like San Antonio, get him a San Antonio Harley shirt. We go to Jamaica, Jamaica Harley shirt. That's badass, dude. Black
Yeah, but
Bucket
it
reached
was
out to us and says, Ernie gets props for wrangling that circus. Not an easy task with those foos. Those foos. I like that. Um, it, it was funny for a while. It kind of reminds me of like high school, where if you tell the same joke too many times, it becomes stale.
gets old. Yeah.
It got old, right? And that's what it was. It was like there was no evolution to what they were doing. It was the exact same storyline, the exact same San Antonio women are fat, churros, Nikola Jokic sucks. They couldn't have played in the 80s, which, by the way, brings up the fact that Bob Costas and PJ Carlissimo were talking about, no, it was Mike Fratello. They were talking about Wemby and the athleticism of the players, and they actually defended today's players because we're all under the impression that they're babies. We're all under the impression that that the players of the 80s and 90s were better. And Costas was out there saying, man, these guys are doing things I've never seen in my entire life. Wemby is doing things I've never seen in my entire life. They run up and down the court so fast. He goes, they were talking about how there used to be games that were like 81 to 80, 91 to 79. And he goes, the Spurs were already at 100 points in the third quarter. And they were like, it's because these players are better and they're faster, they're quicker, and they do more, and their shoes probably suck. But it was interesting hearing Bob Costas say, these guys are not the same athletes as the ones in the 80s and 90s, that they're better athletes in the 80s and 90s. So it was an interesting take there. He didn't do the whole Mike Lupica, old ESPN reporter, Bob Ryan, Michael Wilbon type of thing where they're like, high and mighty, holier than thou, saying, oh, no, the baseball players of yesteryear are better. The basketball players and the football players of yesteryear were better. That Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback of all time that never won a chip, and all that stuff. They're basically saying, no, the athletes of today are better. And because of that, their bodies are not holding up those 82 games. But I would hate for the season to drop to 70 games because that means what, 7 fewer games for the Spurs or 6 fewer games in San Antonio?
Yeah.
I would hate for that to happen. But the regular season, for all intents and purposes, does not matter. It's just jockeys for position. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I mean it's coming to an end here. You're coming into the month of March, and every game matters from here on out. You can't really lose these games. You have to win in order to go ahead and keep that 2 seed. Because if you go on a losing streak now, you have teams like the Houston Rockets that can, arguably catch you. If you're still trying to catch the Oklahoma City Thunder, if they drop a couple and you keep winning, you can actually get the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
If the Spurs got that 1 seed, Mike, that means that they would do what? They would start their playoff run at home with home court advantage throughout the playoffs. That would be big for them.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, even at number 2, I mean, you start the playoff series, you're going to, more than likely, you're going to be at home.
This is an interesting 8-game stretch for the Spurs. The next 6 games are at home. So we have a 6-game homestand opening up. The rodeo road trip is over. Think about that, Joe.
Very winnable games too.
Because the only 2 games that they've had at home were the games in Austin.
Yeah.
The next game the Spurs have is tomorrow night against the Detroit Pistons, one of the best teams in the NBA. The Spurs went over there to Detroit and beat them over there. It's a revenge game for the Pistons. Spurs host Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers on Friday, so it's back-to-back games.
Why Kawhi?
Then on Sunday on Peacock, so that's a nationally televised game, by the way. It's on ESPN. Then Sunday, another nationally televised game on Peacock against the Houston Rockets. Tuesday, nationally televised on Peacock against the Celtics. So that is back-to-back-to-back nationally televised games for the Spurs. 3 nationally televised games in 5 nights. The Spurs then host Denver and then Charlotte. That's a gauntlet, Joe.
That game we might be in attendance for. I'm going to celebrate my birthday that day.
Yeah, your birthday's what day?
28th, but I'm going to be doing other things, so that 14th is going to be pretty good. So I
That's
got that game.
we're thinking about joining you out there, Joe. That's a Jimenez birthday as well. My birthday's on the 13th.
Yeah.
So man, look at ESPN, Peacock, the 14th on Prime, the 16th on the Peacock Network. Joe, you want to know how good the Spurs are? How entertaining the Spurs are? 5 of the next 7 games.
National TV.
National TV. The Spurs have, dude, they're going to be on Peacock when I'm in Miami for the game against the Heat on the 23rd.
That's going to be good. You know, I'm not going to be in Miami, but I will be in Florida on the 23rd because I'm more than likely I'm going to be hitting the road to go visit baby girl over there, my daughter.
Where's she live?
She lives over there near Pensacola.
The other part of Florida.
Yeah, other part of Florida. I'm like almost 8 or 10 hours away from you, bro. There's no way.
Yeah, we can still do the show. We'll just do it over the StreamYard, man.
No, God, dude.
Very, very nice, Joe. Well, let's land the show, and thank you so much to PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio for sponsoring the show. Thank you so much for all the people who send me business through our through the podcast. The people reach out to me to either become clients or they will refer me to people. Thank you so much for that. I can't tell you how much that means to me as well. I'll be back in San Antonio more than likely next week, and I'm looking forward to doing the show in studio. We'll see what days those will be, Joe. Probably Friday of next week. So we'll make that happen. It'll be the birthday edition of the Area 210 podcast.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this Monday, though, I'm not going to be able to do the show because I'm going to be camping with my niece. Usually I take her once a year, every year during spring break. So we're going to be camping out over at Luling.
Yeah, you told me about that. You told me about that place.
No, the 8th. So I'm going to be going on the 8th, which is Sunday. So I can't get too necio over there with everybody. If they do have that SAFC tailgate, I'll probably go to the tailgate and hang out with them for a while. But then I'll probably have to bounce early because, again, I got to come back and take care of some loose ends for the trip that I'm going to be doing on that Sunday. And then I'll be driving back home from Luling on Monday. So if anybody wants something from Buc-ee's, let me know.
Real fast before we go, some chats coming on in. Drew Show says, LOL, Joe got Mike to throw a bottle at the camera yesterday. Forgot about that. And then
so mad.
Toro Loco says, that Hard Rock DJ sporting a Devin Brown jersey, mixing the 1s and 2s without undershirt. Puro. I like it. So we're going to have the NFL draft on Friday, or not Friday, on the Thursday of the NFL draft in April. So we'll have to figure that out. And then on top of that, I think, Joe, we should have a barbecue.
No?
Sometime this summer, maybe July or August, have a let's all go to Rosedale Park. Let's all go do something. Let's find somebody's house.
We can actually rent a pavilion somewhere,
right,
and have that done. And, there's a pavilion at, what's the name of that park? Rodriguez Park that's down the street, right? From where my mother-in-law lives.
That's the
that
Rodriguez
house right
Park
there.
on 90?
Yeah, and we could go and keep it puro there and rent a pavilion there and have the gente come out. And we have people here like Tex-Mex Frank, and other people that do barbecue, that can barbecue. As long as we buy the carne and we, furnish the wood and whatnot, it can be a thing. It can actually happen. We could have music, a DJ or something.
I think we should do the pavilion at the Missions game.
We could do that. We could do the pavilion. That's about $2,000. I'm going to let you know ahead of time.
Oh, I've done
about
it before.
$2,000.
I've done it before, man.
$2,000, and it's nice. You get barbecue, and they have like food and drink, of course, barbecue, the drinks and all that. And it's kind of out of the way. You have the area that's shaded, and they have the tables and everything, and you can be in there for a while. And then, of course, you get your seats to go see the game. So that's nice, too.
Mm-hmm. We'll check it out, baby. Charlie Hernandez says Rosedale Park. Big time.
Rosedale Park, puro. Keep it puro. Bracket Ridge, no mames.
Bracket Ridge. Everyone have a fantastic day. Got to head back to work. Go Spurs, go. 12 out of 13 games, baby.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all be safe out there. Keep it puro. We're out. Peace.
Late.